Like I can hear myself and I feel like I sound really like stuffy, you know? And I am. I don't feel very good, but I'm gonna make these videos, man. If it's one thing I do, I'm gonna make these videos. Hello, my name is Liz Ashley, and welcome to my channel. So, Cenk and his new pack. Now, I talked about Cenk and his new pack not too long ago, and that's because I got a text message, because I guess I'm still on their like texting thing, which I didn't realize until I got that message. But he was saying that he was starting a new pack. I don't remember exactly what the message said, but the other day on TYT, he said that he had this big announcement. Now, the big announcement was the pack.
Big announcement today. We are launching a populist takeover of the Democratic Party. We're doing it through a Rebellion PAC, rebellionpac.com. So what does that mean? First of all, what are we concentrating on? Economic populism. So we are going to find candidates, and we already have, and I'll tell you who some of those candidates are, that believe in doing real populism, not the kind of fake populism that Donald Trump and Elon Musk did, and obviously not the establishment. So we're at the very center of the Democratic Party.
But apparently the pack is just, I don't know if he's redoing Rebellion PAC or he's bringing Rebellion PAC back, or if it's a new pack, because in the text message I feel like it sounded like it was a new pack. Not really sure. Not that it's gonna make any difference, not that it even matters, because it doesn't. This thing is just a publicity stunt, and I feel like Cenk always does this. He's always like, I have this big announcement, da, da, da. And it's like, dude, you like ever since you ran for president, I don't think anyone takes you seriously, especially since it was kind of to promote your book. Which is really ridiculous. You could have promoted your book without running for president. That's just my 2 cents. But he announced this on TYT, and he was with Anna, and Anna was like asking him questions, and she did not seem amused, nor did she seem very happy.
Just let me say quickly, because it might seem weird that I'm like asking you questions about what you're doing here when you and I work so closely on a day-to-day basis. Rebellion PAC and what you're doing outside of TYT is very much outside of TYT, so I'm not involved in any of this.
I watched this on the Vanguard, and it was so funny because they were like, wow, she does not seem happy. And it's like, no, I can imagine she's not happy, because it's like Cenk keeps doing all these side quests, you know? Dude, you like don't even care. Like, I don't know. It's like you don't even care about TYT anymore. I feel bad for like everybody there. I'm sure everyone at TYT is like, hey man, like what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I don't know. Like, it's kind of crazy that you just like don't even care about TYT anymore. And it's like you're trying to make yourself the like most important person. Anyway, and so he's on with Anna, and she even asks him like, how is this different than like every other side quest you've done? How is this any different?
What was done through Justice Democrats, for instance. How is this different?
So I was one of the co-founders of Justice Democrats, and as our audience knows, we launched Justice Democrats right here on Young Turks. And Ro Khanna, again, was the first person to sign up. You lead by leading, and that brother has a lot of courage.
And then she also asks him about, so David Hogg is a vice chair of the DNC, and he recently came out and said that he was gonna use his money to go after Democrats that are not fighting. And I say, good for him, man. So now all these establishment Democrats are like really mad and really frustrated that he's gonna use money to primary other more centrist Democrats or older Democrats. And they're really mad. And it's like, dude, I just like, honestly, this is gonna be a separate video one day, but I'm just so over like establishment Democrats trying to be like, oh, you're dividing us. It's like, bro, you haven't won. You guys lost. You did the whole centrist thing. You did the whole go to the right thing, and you guys lost, okay? And obviously going to the right and going to the center is not what people want. It's not feasible. And especially in this moment, nobody wants that. And so David Hogg is like, no, if you're not going to fight back against fascism, then I am going to primary you. And I say, thank you. Why is it this hard? So now, like, you got James Carville out here going like, oh, he's a little twerp.
They'll see in her kind, and this guy, David Hogg, they want to run against other Democrats. Democrats are not the problem right now. What if somebody sued David Hogg? He's an officer of the Democratic National Committee. He is the vice chairman of the Democratic National Committee, and he's running against other Democrats. But I might give the DNC $10 and sue him. He's a contemptible little twerp.
And then what I really liked is that David Hogg came back and was like, that, millions of dollars, and you still didn't win. So like, why are you telling me how to win?
I would also say James Carville has not won an election since before I was born. I think it's time to have new leaders in our party that are ready to meet this moment, because a lot of the people that are most critical of this plan are the same ones that had $2 billion to win an election and still lost.
Like, why are you telling me? Like, weren't you the same guy who said, oh, just do nothing? Just do nothing. Literally, James Carville, when Trump won, just said, do nothing. Just do nothing. And that's why all the Democrats did nothing. And so, all that being said, Anna asked Cenk, what is so different about what you were doing? What is so different?
Similar strategies are now being rolled out by folks like the vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, David Hogg. Is this something that you see yourself working with David Hogg on, or do you see your project as entirely separate and will not have any collaboration with Hogg?
So I love what David Hogg is doing. I'm totally in favor of it. I believe in primaries. I believe in that the Democratic Party will be stronger if we have stronger, more contested primaries. We need the strongest possible candidates. For too long, the Democratic Party has anointed, and their track record on the candidates they've anointed is terrible, uniquely miserable. So no, we're not interested in anointing or giving incumbents a pass. So I love what David Hogg is doing. Will we coordinate? We haven't yet, and we're just launching today. I'm not opposed to it, but we've not had any communications about that.
And it's funny because I don't think that David Hogg would want to work with Cenk. And I don't think Cenk, like, it's so funny because Cenk is so like centrist now. I feel like he's totally just ruined his whole brand, his whole reputation at this point. And I think he's trying to get it back. He's like trying to get it back because he said, well, I'm doing this because Elon and Trump aren't real populists. And I'm like, hold on, wait a second there. Wait a second, because weren't you saying that they were though? Weren't you the one downplaying their threat? Weren't you the one saying that they were though? And now you want to come back and say, oh, they're not real populist. And listen, I am not like, listen, I'm not gonna like forget the people who capitulated when this first happened because they thought it'd be beneficial for them. I'm not gonna forget. I am not going to forget that. I am not going to forget the people who capitulated because they thought it would be helpful for them. And now that shit has hit the fan, like every single person told them that it would and told them that they're being short-sighted and that they're being silly. Every single one of us were like, dude, this is not going to turn out how you think it's going to. And here we are. And Cenk is trying to like weasel his way back in. Bro, no. Until you apologize and admit that you were downplaying the threat of Trump, you were downplaying the threat of Elon, and you were capitulating to fascists, I'm not gonna forgive and I'm not gonna forget. And that's my personal opinion to anybody, any media person, not like regular people, but any like media person or like non-regular person, any politician, any one of these like media or celebrity figures that have capitulated to fascism, I am not going to forget. Now, if they come out and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong, blah, 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 and change their actions, okay, who knows what's gonna happen to TYT? Who knows? Who knows, man? It's beyond me, bro. It's beyond me. All right, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment what you think below. Comments really help with the algorithm. If you want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm really trying. I'm so close. So if you could help me, that would mean the world to me. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.